I decided to go with something that's a little bit different than the Micro Swiss. Link will be in the description below. This was on Amazon for between $20 and $30. It says it's an all Metal Hotend. We're going to unbox it right here, and then we're going to install it on an Ender 3. This is just how it comes, but in a package. Comes with 2 screws for the top. Comes with the remove the tip on the end, which looks like it's a 0.2, and a thing to tighten the top. And come with some instructions. 3D printer all Metal Hotend. This is right there at the top. Thank you for your purchase. Photo instructions. If you guys want to see these, screenshot it, zoom in, see if you can read it, because this camera just isn't the best. Trying to get that nice GoPro. This is one of them cheapos. Okay, I'm going to look at it real quick. So right here it's just telling you to install it to the top. I'm going to install it as all one. I don't know why you have to tear it apart like that. I've done a few heatsink change outs. I've never had to tear it apart that far. Yeah, it's going a bit beyond what you need to do. Sorry for the ticking in the background. It's hot in here, and I have a metal fan that just ticks away. Okay. That's all that's in the packaging. I never use this blue thing. Never ever do. You can check the one I have on now. Doesn't even have it. My prints turn out just fine. So it comes with that. Silicone MK8, it says on the side. Didn't really fit on there very well. Like, it feels like it wants to fall off. You can see how it's bowed up like that. So it's got the, came with tools, but did not come with the Phillips to take that out for the probe. Be sure you take that out to pull your heat out. And 2 screws. Sorry, got an extra one up here for this. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera a little bit. You gotta pull that up, and stick that in. If you don't just throw it. Now it just dropped where I can't even get it. So, oh, it says it's a 4. It says it's a 4 on there. It really don't look like a 4 to me. I don't know if you guys can see that 4 that's stamped on the side. So here we go. Let's install. Okay. I'm not going to keep moving the camera around. I'll basically walk you through it. Mine is set up a little bit different than some people. I got direct drive. And I have covers on here to annoy everybody that watches my YouTube videos. But it's just a cover. Still takes the standard wrenches and everything. I'm going to only use the boat. I don't know if you can see how bent that is. I'm only using the tools that came with the Ender 3 and the kit. Already I'm having to use the tools from the Ender 3 kit that came with it, because the tools that came with the new all Metal Hotend are tools to take the heatsink apart. Okay, took out them 2 screws there on the side, one right there, you can see. Now that's just a cover. See, the original bracketing and everything is still under here. I did that because if you look in here, I have a lot of stringing with my PETG, and I don't know what that is. And it used to get caught in this fan, so I decided to print something that covers it up a little bit. So we're going to put that to the side because we don't need that. And I'm going to heat it up to pull out my filament. I still have white filament in there. Guess I should have done that first. Nozzle. Crank that baby up to 200. Yeah, because now it's going to be hot when I touch it. That's smart. Okay. Let's wait for that to crank up a little bit. I have to pull it out because the tight gap that's right there, there's no way I could just pull it out this way. At least that I know of. You know what, let's try that. I'm going to just cut it up here. My filament sensor. Sure, I need my phone because something just happened. Don't have my phone. Oh, there it is. Sorry, guys. But my filament just snapped in half up higher, and my buddy's like, "Oh, it can't be that hard to 3D print." Yeah, that was going to be my next. Yeah, it just broke right above. I cut it, and then it broke above because humidity's getting to it a little bit. So, back to this. It's not hot, thank God. We're going to see if we can pull it straight through. It's just 2 screws right here. They gave me different ones than that. They gave us shanked ones. Hold on, I'm trying to put them in my finger. The bottom one is the new one, the top one is the original. See if it takes the same. It takes the same tools. Now that should just move away from there. I noticed the original heat sink, it doesn't have the set screw through the side, it's through the bottom. So keep that in mind. Okay. Push this up. No, it ain't gonna want to do that. I need that filament to be pulled out, and I cut it off flush. How smart of me. So that just wiggles there. But to get that out, it is just a tad bit hot. Working my way in there. Oh, okay. So, okay, I don't really want to mess that up. Okay, I think if I use this, slide it in there in between the two. I know you guys got an awful view. There we go. That worked perfect. Slid it in there, pushed up that plastic piece, slid right out. Look at that. We didn't have to get it hot. So I'm going to push down on that. So I don't even need all that off there. I just leave it on there. I'm going to use the tool that was provided by the kit. And it doesn't go in there. I'm going to have to get a tool from the 3D Ender kit that it came with. Is there a smaller one? There's not a smaller one. This is as small as they go. You have to heat it up to. Going to take my screwdriver and take off the temperature probe in the side. Now the probe should just come right out. Like so. Try not to break that. Now I need to get out that main piece. I'll take it off camera a little bit just to get that sucker in there. Okay, I'm going to heat that up. Kick it on, heat it up. That way all the juices in there get. All the filament gets all loose in there for me. Because I've had overflow and it's inside the unit, inside where the bit goes. 200 degrees. Gonna let it sit there until it's at 150 at least. Gonna move the new one out of the way. At 50 degrees. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take that tip off and put my own tip in there that I know is a 0.4, which is the size I use. It's on there pretty good. It's at 73 degrees. You know what? I can't get that off right now. Whoop. Crash is crashing. It's at 79 degrees. I'm going to touch it. See if it's... I don't know what the heck that was. Oh, okay. So it just loosened up just enough and it slid out itself like right away. So I'm going to remove that tube because I want to reuse that tube. And do that off camera while that thing cools off. To remove this, you got to push this gray down and pull out the tube. This thing's so hot, it's hard to do on camera. You know what? I'll just make a new tube. See, that's what always happens. I don't know if you see the difference. That always happens with this style of heat sink. I'm really hoping that is gone with this new heat sink. Every time I switch out filament, it does that. Okay. Just over here, working a little bit. Switch up the camera. Okay, so I cheated a little bit off camera. That's cooled off. I had my Bowden tube that was too long. I cut about that much off of it that you can see down there. Use a razor blade. I used the blue snippers that come with the Ender 3 and it crushed it. So I had to cut it shorter. So I went ahead and put that up in there first. just snaps in. And I checked how far it goes into here, which is barely any, which is great. And then I figured that that is my cutoff point. So I cut it right there. Hopefully that's the right spot, because I don't have any more tube. Now we're going to install everything into the side of it. So we got to take that out. Just that screw with the tools they provided, hopefully. Yep, just twist it to the left. Comes out flush. Then we're going to take that out all the way. I've done this before. It's easier to just take this out all the way. That little screw that's in the side. And then we're going to attempt to put all this back in with no problems. So, get it like that. And then we're going to put that screw in there. It's easier to have a magnet screwdriver. Much easier. Of course I'm blocking the camera, but come on baby, flip. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. Don't over tighten it, you can crush these wires and then it doesn't work. There. That's secured right in there. This thing isn't hot anymore, somehow. Slide that in till when it's flush on the back side. I'm going to use the tools provided to tighten that back down. Don't over tighten it, you can crush this thing. There we go. Everything should be snug. I move it like this, nothing slides out. Ready to go. I'm going to slide that up in there. Should feel a little click. There, I felt it right there. Now I'm going to put in the screws they provided, not the ones I already had, because these sit in a little bit deeper. I like the look. Move it around until you feel them go in. I think I just felt that one go in. Yep. Put the other one in. Don't tighten one because the other one still needs lined up and that. Now I'm going to tighten them. Now I'm going to put that little clip in there. I did end up using the extra one until I tear apart my room and get that other one that's flying. That clips right in there, and before I install everything, I'm going to make sure this goes through. Oh wow, it feels so smooth. Went straight through. I'm going to go ahead and take the tip off that they put on there. I don't quite want that tip. It's not wanting to come off. I'm going to have to go get pliers. Okay, so I went and got me a pair of pliers and a crescent wrench. And that's me being unprofessional. I don't think I'm ever professional in these videos anyways. You have to unmount it and do it. I really didn't think it would be. This is made to swivel, so it's alright if it moves. It's made to swivel, but only so far. Until you tighten that fold up. Got it. Okay, we got that. Now we're going to set this to where it's straight. Then we're going to tighten that screw that's right here that keeps all that together. And it's already tight. Raise this up a little bit, take that knob off. It did say it was like an advanced tip or something like that. For me it just looks like the standard brass. Doesn't look like anything fancy. To me, that's not a point, whatever, 0.4. I'm going to show you guys a 0.4. That's a 0.8. Stop banging this stupid thing. So here is theirs, and there is mine. I just buy the cheapest ones I can get, and I always get good prints out of them. You know what? I'm going to try it. It's got a little bit bigger of a head on it. Theirs. And we'll see the outcome. You guys can check it out on all my new print videos. For some reason I just am so bored in life. I'm like, I'm going to record every print I do. Okay, gonna snug that up so it don't leak. I notice that these tips don't go in all the way, and this is gonna stick down further, so I'm gonna have to re-level the bed. Okay, so now everything is snug and going back together. You gotta put that like that, and I just dropped an important screw. Okay. Put this back just the way you took it off. Line them both up. Got that one in. And the other one is already lined up. That never happens. I think I got... No, all the wires are... Everything's good. Put my top cap back on. Let's heat it up and then bed level it. I'm putting the nozzle at 205, which is where I print PLA. I'm putting the bed at 50, which is also where I print PLA. Tell it to not go home yet. Let it do its thing first. Okay. I don't put that little rubber silicone thing on the bottom. That's about the only thing I'm skipping. You can push that back on there if you want. I don't like printing with that. Never have. So I got my little piece of paper for testing the bed. And I will have a BL Touch pretty soon. Okay. Configuration. So I don't even know. Okay, auto home. And it's going to stab my board. It loves stabbing my board. Sadly, it's just with this needle, with this nozzle, and then when I switch back to my other nozzles, I'll have to recalibrate it. They're definitely different nozzles. Okay. Go under my motion, disable steepers, move this a little bit, slide my paper underneath, which I always push on the board like that first. Oh man. I'm going to eyeball it all first, because it is way off. I'm eyeballing it to see when there's a little gap, and then I'm going to raise the board back up. And that's all the way. Guess I'm going to have to use my other. Yeah, it's stabbed in there. Okay, auto home again. I have to switch out the nozzle. That nozzle's too deep. I bottomed out my board. Okay, disable steepers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I can't run that. Can't run that one. I'm gonna take it out. And put in one of my .4s. Why is it coming back down? Oh. Disable steepers. You know what? Maybe I didn't have it screwed in all the way. Let's try that out. No, I had it screwed in all the way. It just doesn't fit as flush as the ones I buy. Yeah, is it threaded in there or what? Wish I could grab it, but it's very preheated. There we go. Sheesh. Okay, gonna grab one of my .4s. I'm grabbing this .8. Where's my .4? There's a .4. That's not even the same wrench to put that on. Okay, so we auto-homed again. There was something wrong with that tip, so I had to shut the camera off, figure it out. Burned myself in the process, burnt my finger. Sometimes you just forget that thing pops. Now we have no problem. That part of the board is, so I can go right underneath it. Something was weird with that one head. Oh, geez, grabbed it right away. Not grabbed too much. I really think my board is so warped. Okay, so bed level your bed. I'm actually going to adjust my Z-stop up. That way it doesn't come down as far. You guys know how to bed level. That's the next process. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I did something good for someone today.